So it has happened. Putin invaded Ukraine, and Russia is now going to seize the control of Donbas and Snake Islands. The question that thus arises is, can India do a Ukraine-style invasion of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir? Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of TFI Media Group. I'm your host Tribhuvan, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story, in this video I will tell you about if India can do a Ukraine-style invasion of POK. Let's begin. The Russian invasion of Ukraine shows how tough leaders can pursue their geopolitical and strategic ambitions regardless of global pressure. Russian President Vladimir Putin had certain geopolitical objectives to achieve, and he pursued them without caring much about Western propaganda. So, can India take back POK? Well, for starters, POK and Donbas are different. And yes, Pakistan isn't Ukraine either. So here we will tell you what will go in India's favor if India tries to recapture POK and what can go against India. Number 1. POK is ours. Now, this is the most important part. When Putin decided to launch an invasion into Ukraine, he decided to capture the Donbas region. The basis of Moscow's claim is the desire of Luhansk and Donetsk provinces to sever themselves from Ukraine and a Russian-speaking population in the region. It isn't as if Donbas was a Russian territory. At the end of the day, the status quo was altered. But if India recaptured POK, India will be restoring the status quo ante. POK is an integral part of India, and it is Pakistan that had illegally occupied this part of India. So New Delhi reserves the right to flush out Pakistani occupiers from POK. India can therefore limit any diplomatic outrage that follows such a military operation. Number 2. Superior military. India is one of the biggest military powers on the planet. It also has a lot of experience in high-altitude warfare, which will further help in it mounting pressures on Pakistani troops. Also, India has defeated Pakistan several times on the battlefield. So Pakistan's military forces aren't an obstacle for India. Number 3. Economic strength. Presently, India is the fastest growing major economy in the world. Pakistan, on the other hand, shows no signs of healthy growth. Islamabad is losing out on its Arab godfathers too. If India and Pakistan were to lock horns, New Delhi will be able to foot the bill of the war. But Pakistan will run out of money very quickly. Ultimately, Islamabad will face domestic pressure to surrender before India and sign a peace treaty on India's terms. Number 4. Tactical advantage. As India proved during the surgical strike in 2016 and the Balakot airstrikes in 2019, its military forces can sneak into Pakistan-held territory and target Islamabad-backed terror camps. While recapturing POK, India will have to target Pakistan's military infrastructure in the region. Yet, in any case, India has demonstrated the capability to go undetected and surprise Pakistan's military with sudden maneuvers. Number 1. Pakistan is a nuclear power. When Russia invaded Ukraine, the latter seemed clueless. Ukraine's military strength didn't match Russian firepower. And on the top of it, Ukraine isn't a nuclear power. So Russian forces could easily invade it. But Pakistan is a nuclear power. And this always creates the shadow of a devastating nuclear war. This is the main reason why recapturing POK becomes a highly sensitive military operation. Number 2. The Chinese angle. It is unlikely that China will send its troops to help Pakistan. However, in case an Indo-Pakistan war breaks out, China could prolong it by supplying money, ammunition, and arms to Pakistan. A two-front war isn't going to happen because China won't put itself at stake for Islamabad. However, China could try to make the war more expensive and time-consuming for India. Number 3. Western pressure. There is a strong Pakistan lobby in the United States of America, and it is particularly strong with the Democrats. Incumbent US President Joe Biden himself has had a close relationship with Pakistan. Now let's face it, India is too big an ally for the West to lose over Pakistan. So if India launches a military operation to recapture POK, the US or the EU will not make the threat of a sanction, unlike what they are doing to Russia. However, what the West will do is mount diplomatic pressure and try to de-escalate things before India concludes its military operations to recapture POK. Therefore, any Indian attempt to take back POK has to be swift and flawless. It will have to conclude successfully before the Western diplomats can spring into action and mount any diplomatic pressure on India. If Russia can invade Ukraine, India can take back POK. But then there are some factors that the country will have to keep in mind.